Today we are on the last and final day of Jhana, which means that the bhavana development should be on piti, sukha, ekagata. So today we should be in piti right now. Unbroken piti, then we are coming into sukha, which I doubt they're going to happen. But it is good to know that is should happen. It is seamless. It's not that we need to do something to get there. In fact, doing generates restlessness. So there's nothing to be done. Then the question comes, why am I not getting it? If it has to happen, then why it is not happening? And today's meeting is basically to address that, which will help them who are sitting here to attain third and fourth jhana, or if they have not even attained first jhana, also it helps that why? The $1,000,000 question, why? So the first problem here is indriya samvara. Okay. We might know what is indriya samvara, but we might not be implementing it in its exact essence. Meaning, I should be able to be in indriya samvara for the sake of jhana. Let's say I want to apply in the best organization in the world. So I shouldn't get distracted by anything. So I've worked out, I'm going for an interview, and I have prepared well. So no distraction of any kind is allowed. Okay, so I should be like that. And if I'm distracted by something, some sight or some sound or some taste or some touch or some smell or some mental aspects, then it breaks samadhi. When the samadhi is broken, I can't answer properly to the interviewer's question. So it shows lack of confidence. And hence, I might not get a job. Because confidence gets me a job. In the same way, when I come to jhana, I need to ensure karma is removed. It's put to the side. And no hindrances are taking away the mind space. Okay. This is a prerequisite. Just like somebody saying, okay, you want to join my company, this is the prerequisite for you. Yeah, I meet the prerequisite. Okay, come. Simple, right? This step, if missed, will not get me jhana. Now that I have entered jhana, now it's time to understand asavas, okay, which I can remove while in jhana and attain either a state of anagami or arhat with first jhana or second jhana or third jhana until 8 jhanas. In any jhana, I can attain liberation. Okay. So the necessary condition for me is I should be in sensual realm because that is Mara. So I've come out of sensual realm and now I am in this beautiful state. Okay. So this is the basic thing I need to understand. Why I'm not there. It's not about should I force my breath or should I do this or do that. In fact, I don't have to do anything. There's no breath watching. I had to watch the hindrances, not the breath. Okay. Because something is hindering. It's not that I need to force myself to breathe. Okay. So then we have two kinds of awareness. One is an external awareness and one is an internal awareness. External awareness is something to do with objects, which we have been doing all the time. So the attention goes outward, awareness also goes outwards. Now we are making the mind to understand internal as opposed to external. That's all what we are doing. So the bhavana here, the cultivation, mental development, is to pull the mind from outside and make it look at what is happening inside. Outside are only objects. Inside is peace. Outside is chaos. So if I want to be in peace, what should I do? Go inside. That's the only way. There's no other way I can attain this state. Now, for my Jhana today and tomorrow being Vipassana, I have to do this kind of bhavana, mental development today. Having given up meditation completely from the mind, there's nothing to meditate. It's all about development. I'm developing what is this thing, like this body and this mind means what. So, rupagatam, what belongs to the form, vedanagatam, what belongs to the feeling, sanyagatam, what belongs to perception, sankharagatam, what belongs to the intentional, volitional formations or constructions, vinyanagatam, what is said to be cognizing. So I will have to learn to watch it as an asavas if held. So basically, for today, to get the sukha immediately, all these five khandhas are part of asavas. The first asava is kamasava, bhavasava, avijja asava, and you can also take ditthi asava. Asava is something that flows out. There's an outflow or corruption, fermentation, leaks, which makes the mind go outward rather than getting it inward. So asava kaya jnana means that there's no need to go outward at all. Outward is dukkha, inward is sukha. Keep it that way. So the first thing that comes up as visual is kamasava. So the mental leak towards sight, sound, taste, touch, and mental images or mental concept. Now we need to be clear what is this mental concept. Wife is a mental construct. You will never find a wife. And in the same way, you'll never find a husband. In the same way, you'll never find a son. You'll never find a daughter. You'll never find all those identities which are mental construct. They are not real. You'll get the rupa, but you will never get that wife at all. or that husband, because it's a mental construct. In the same way, sight, Eiffel Tower, is a mental construct. On that, there is a sight. So when I see that, I'm seeing Eiffel Tower or Golden Gate Bridge or Niagara Falls or something, which is a mental construct on which this sight is established. So the mind is leaking towards the sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and mental constructs. This flows into sensuality. This is what is meant by sensuality. It's kama guna, quality of kama, which is itta, kanta, manapa, kamupasamita, piya, rupa, rajaniya. 6 of them in 5 senses, totaling 30 is what you are trying to get all the time. So the moment I make a concept of daughter, that daughter is itta, liking, kanta, as it should be, loving, manapa, agreeable, kamupa samhita, where I can behold her, piya rupa. Rupa is very good, very nice. Rajaniya, enticing. Same thing with wife. Same thing with any item, including an iPhone. It goes through all this. Okay. So basically, it is asava, kama asava. Now comes bhava asava, to become. Us to become something. I want to become a doctor. Become. I want to become a lawyer. Become. I want to be a software engineer. Become. I want to be an expert in this area. Become. In the same way, I want to be a mother. Become. I want to be a father. Become. I want to be a son. Become. I want to be a daughter. Become. I want to be a lesbian. Become. I want to become a gay. Become. Or the entire LGBTQ. You can take whatever you want in that, rather than expanding each one of them. So all the roles you want to become is there. And I want to continue in that. And I want to identify. I want to attain states of existence. The 8 states, 4 rupa states, 4 arupa states are also existence, bhava. Okay. Then avijja asava, outflow of ignorance. First ignorance, religion. Second ignorance, tradition. Third ignorance, norms. Fourth ignorance, culture. Fifth ignorance, language. Sixth ignorance, customs. Seventh ignorance, viewpoints. If you add all of them together, not seeing the 5 aggregates as truly as they are, is avijja. Okay. Then ditthi asava, outflown views, because that is part of avijja only, but sometimes they separately indicate ditthi asava, clinging to doctrines, clinging to identity, clinging to metaphysical. Metaphysical means some thing called as supernormals. Views. They say that This is there. Who they, nobody knows. That's the view. Okay. So it is not right to just call asavas defilements or anything of that. It's actually be the outflow, ferments, leaks from the mind. It's a leaky mind, like a leaky gut. It's a leaky mind. Okay. So this is the thing I need to understand today for my sukha, that this is the asava and this is what I need to know about the five khandhas. Now let us set the context. The context, it has two parts: bhavana, bahulikata. Bhavana, development; bahulikata, continuous. So I need to continuously develop a state where I can see the asavas and remove the asavas. And this is extremely important as far as today goes and for tomorrow. So I should take it as whatever is there, even in the refined state, it belongs to feeling and perception. All the eight jhanas are good to be than kama, but vedana and sanya are still fabrications. So yavadeva tata hoti, whatever is present there, that is the body form, rupagatam, feeling, vedanagatam, sanyagatam, sankharagatam. I have to see it in this way. The first aggregate form, the body gets calmed. It's a natural cycle that the breath calms down, so the body does not shake. But if I take it to be mine, my body is calm, it creates bhava, that I want to be in that state. So that's a problem. Then Vedana. I've reached Neva Sanya, Na Sanya, Ayatana. It's the most beautiful state to be in. So I will say Etam Santam, Etam Panitam, Yadidam, Neva Sanya, Na Sanya, Ayatana. Is that the right place to be? No. Again, part of bhavasava. Then Sanya. The Sanya that neither perception nor non-perception is the best state that can make me stay. The me staying is avijja. Then the sankhara. I will maintain the state, which is bhavasava. Then the vijnana. In the eighth jhana, you will see the vijnana exists, but is unmoved. So I have reached the end of the tunnel. I am released. That I am released is avijjasava. Because if you are there, no release can happen. So as far as I can see, the five aggregates, the first one in the fourth jhana, before entering into fourth jhana, the body is calm. Pasambhayankaya sankharan asasi sameti sikhati. So I've learned how to calm the body, so the breath is calmed down. But if I take it myself, it's bhavasava. Like that, I need to see. So the Vedana again brings in bhavasava, Sanya brings in avijjasava, Sankhara brings in bhavasava, and Vijnana brings in avijja. Yep. So that means any conditioned existence is unsafe. So what do we do? How do we cut? So these five khandhas, when I'm wanting to go into Vipassana from Jhana, especially in the third, second, three, four, these three places I can shift from samatha practice to Vipassana, Vipassana to samatha seamlessly. That means right now, take for example, as I speak, I'm in the third jhana, sukha. How do I know that I'm in sukha? At present, I don't require anything to maintain this state. Now, in order not to get associated with this state and start craving for this state, I will use 11 ways of understanding it to cut off asava. Aniccato. This state goes off if any kama state comes. So it will destroy the permanency of the jhana. That means this state cannot be held. Like kama, even jhanic state cannot be held. Dukkhato, as suffering. Why? This pleasure is delusion. It can cut off. Rogato. I have a fascination for jhanas. It's so nice that I never entered jhanas. Now I entered jhanas. But this is a disease. To cut off the kama, I need to come into jhana. Otherwise, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body is going to eat kama. So if somebody asks Vilas why you want to get into jhana, is to escape from kama. And hence it is roga. Because this conditioned state is vulnerable to what? To feeding. Feeding from whom? Feeding from the senses. Who else? Gandato, like a boil or swelling. The hidden pleasure is like a boil. It gets inflamed, burdened, and it blasts. So I had to destroy hidden pleasure. In Rogato, I had to destroy fascination for the sensual. Okay, the hidden pleasure is on senses. I'm so used to sensuality, it again and again takes me there because it's inflamed. Sallato, dart, subtle pain is what it cuts because the sensual has already pierced my mind. It always goes there, even though it is painful. So I have to pull it and put it back into jhana, which is also cannot be held for a long time because it's also having salla, but not as strong as the kama. Aghatho, misery. It cuts complacency. So I'm seeing the danger of staying in kamaloka, mara. So at the quickest, I need to be in jhana. Not because jhana is exceptional, because that is the state I need to be. I can't get out of that state because kama state is dangerous. Thank you so much. It's the most dangerous thing I can be. So if I can't be in this sukha today, kama sukha is going to take over very soon. Even before I finish this discourse, I'm already in kama sukha. But this state is also not filled with peace, but it is better peace than the kama sukha peace. Okay. Abhadato, affliction, it cuts dependence on the senses. But I can't depend on this either. Very soon I have to give it up. But first, let me give up permanently going into the Kamaloka. So, where is this driving me to? This is driving me to only two outcomes, not one outcome. Either an anagami, if asavas continue, or arhat. Only two outcomes. Parato, alien, cuts ownership. Senses have no owner. They are nobody's senses. They're just senses. And the sense objects are nobody's. They just come and go. So this is not truly mine. Me so mama. This doesn't belong to me. So this is not mine. Ne so aham asmi. This doesn't belong to me. Ne so name atta. This I can't call it as myself. There's no self. There's nothing called self which can give me something there. Palokato. I can see the entire Kamaloka breaking away. How? I see it daily. No relationships in human world or any other world is worth clinging to. I've seen it. So palokato. It breaks the heart. If not today, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, deaf tomorrow. But yes. And then comes to shunyato. There's no essence. There's no substance. It's empty. Lastly, anatto. Now, how should I practice these 11 in these 5 khandhas? Just like I'm doing with breath today, or for now, my awareness has moved from the body, moved from the peripheral awareness of bird chirping and this and that into this one. So my objects are no longer, or my awareness is no longer this birds chirping or whatever. It is these 11. Aniccato, dukkhato, rogato, gandato, sallato, agato, abadato, parato, palokato, shunyato, anatto. And then what it would do? This will completely dismantle kamasava, bhavasava, avijjasava, like this. So the solution is arhat. Okay. How it did? Aniccato showed that kama cannot stay. Dukkhato showed that no senses can be satisfied. Sallato showed that it is a dart. Palokato showed that it falls apart on its own. Anatta showed that it's not mine. When I watch back and see a concept of wife or husband, it's a concept. There's no person called as wife. What a relief. So that powerful insight no longer makes me to come back to sensuality because it is a structural defect. And that's it. So when I see the feminine body, I now see it's disgusting, let alone calling it as wife or anything. It's disgust. Attiyati. Atti means bone. Attiyati is like a heap of bones. Harayati is like a cow stripped out of its skin. So if you take a woman or a man, strip the skin out, the next thing which comes is vultures. Because of the skin, the vultures are not biting. You just peel off the skin and put that man or a woman outside. Looks like terrific. I don't know what to say there. Terrible creatures. And the next moment, all animals, all vultures are behind it, attacking from every direction. If not vultures, gladflies are sufficient, or the normal housefly sufficient to irritate that body. Even with skin, they sit and their irritation. Just imagine that when that person's skin is removed, what would happen? So Kamasava drives up because the mind no longer can sustain the pleasure. At the very moment, it gives the fruit of anagami. Okay, then how does it remove the bhavasava? Jhana will remove sensuality, but Vipassana removes jhana, pleasure. So, what happens here is that when he's seeing anicca nature in this, not lasting, he can see that from the fourth jhana, it comes back to first jhana. So, say I'm in first jhana, I say 8, it goes to 8 jhana. Then I say 5, comes to fifth jhana. Usually, I would have enjoyed this remote control way of managing things. But now I see it's anicca because from 8 I've come down to 1. It's not an achievement. It should have stayed back on 8. No matter if I say 1, it should still stay on 8. But no, that command made the process fall down from 8 to 1. So from arupa, I have come directly into the starting point of the rupa. Yes, it doesn't go into kama. Because of that vipassana, I could cut the kama, not because of jhana. So now I see it is anicca, again dukkha, parato. None of these jhanic states are mine. They are parato. Palokato, they disintegrate. Shunyato, empty. Again anatto, not self. Now I can sing beautifully. Sabba sankhara samato, sabbupati patini saggo, tanhakkayo, virago, nirodho, nibbana. because I don't have any more bhava asava. Okay, so then how does it remove avijja asava? The ruparaga, aruparaga, mana, udacha itself get dismantled. So the five higher fetters cannot sustain because it's already two of its strong pillars are gone. One is kama, another one is bhava. So avijja requires fuel. So because of yatha bhuta jnana dasana, avijja goes away. So Vipassana removes avijja. Okay. So not only I'm in sukha, I'm in parama sukha, which is Nibbana. Nibbanam, paramam, sukham. So how did it happen? So Buddha says, so tehi dhammehi chittam pativapeti. Pativapeti means the mind is turned away from anything that is artificial, created. So it recoils back from the conditioned dhammas. Neither is a suppression, nor there is any hatredness towards aggregates. It's not a destruction of body and feelings and like that. It is just a wisdom based withdrawal of mental investment. So, if I could look at the steps before my awakening, pleasant feeling were giving me delight, delight was giving me craving, craving was giving me clinging, clinging was giving me becoming. After insight, the same object appears, but I know it is conditioned, and hence it is unsafe to go there. And hence, no delight, no clinging, complete release. So, this is chittam pativapeti. So, there's no fascination. So, the asavas lose their fuel. So, now I put on to amata. Amataya dhatuva chittam upasamhariti. So, after withdrawing from the conditioned dhammas, the mind is not left blank. Otherwise, it goes in tinamida. Instead, now it is in amata dhatu, deathless element. So, what happens? In that deathlessness, only one thing can be said. Etam santam, etam panitam. Instead of saying neva sanya, neva sanya ayatana, that would have been my actual state. I would then see it as etam santam, etam panitam, yadidam sabba sankhara samato, sabbupadi patinisaggo, tanhakkayo, virago, nirodho, nibbana. So from the eighth jhana, which I have surpassed, I have penetrated, I have established, now I have entered the deathless, which is Nibbana. So I moved from Sankata, condition, to Asankata, unconditioned. I know it for myself because Asava Kaya Jnana has happened. So I've done from constructed to unconstructed or deconstructed, from becoming to cessation, from possession to relinquishment, patinisagga. So now I can recite it so beautifully. And I love it. From so many years, I love it. Even my first discourse on Jhana was on etam santam, etam panitam. It was so beautiful, so beautifully placed, so nicely rendered by the Buddha to explain the state of Nibbana. So why it leads to asavakaya jnana then? Initially, during my practice days, form is taken as self. Now, form is just a form. Feeling is something to be enjoyed. If you get a good feeling, keep it, bad feeling, throw it. Feeling is now seen as 11 things. Aniccato, dukkhato, rogato, gandato, sallato, like that. Perception has to be trusted. I came to know that perception can be changed any moment, just like a stupid boy got married and he started to believe he's a husband. That's perception. That's the worst perception you can have. But he divorces and he thinks he's divorced, which is another perception. Now he says, I'm not married. What stupid. You have, in the beginning itself, you are not married. What's there to be divorced? If you are married, you're divorced. If you're unmarried, you're not divorced. But the perception says that you are married. So then you have to fight for a divorce. One stupid girl married and she wants to divorce. Same thing. First of all, neither of us are a girl or a boy, which is a perception. On that perception, you're adding another perception, another perception, another perception. That means you keep on symbolizing one another, one another, one another, which looks burden. It's burden. So now I see all perceptions are conditioned. Now I leave that sanya, perception. Sanya vedayita nirodha, ultimate state of peace before Nibbana. Because this is the perception, it's a foolish thing. Drop it. Then the feeling goes away. It's gone. And the sankharas is my sankhara. Now the formations, preparations, volitions, choices are stilled. What is there to choose? There's nothing. And this consciousness was mistaken to be a self. And now I see, if the form is there, consciousness is there. If the feeling is there, consciousness is there. The perception is there, the consciousness is there. If the choices are there, then the consciousness is there. If form is not there, consciousness is not there. If the feeling is not there, consciousness is not there, like that. So it's conditioned and dependently arisen. And the craving was there to hold the form or the feeling or the perception, like that. Now the craving fades away. Tanhakkayo, virago, nirodho, nibbana. That nirodha is asava well getting dried up. And now only one asava remains, sinananagam. What is that asava? It is dhamma asava. He cannot let go of Buddha and dhamma and sangha. That's an asava. Teneva dhamma ragena taya dhamma nandiya. This has to be removed. Let go of Buddha Dhamma Sangha right here, right now. And then full arhatship is got. So there is no clinging even to the Dhamma teaching, bhavana, development, Jhāna, burning up, peace, upasama, insight, Vipassana, or any of the attainments of Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arhat. Okay. So, what happens to the five lower fetters? Panchanam, Oram Bhagyanam, Samyojananam, Parikhaya. To come here, the person should have let go of the five lower fetters. So the first three fetters were gone when he became Sotapanna. Other two fetters went away at Anagami. Okay. And since that is gone, so the practice is single flow. What? Jhanam upasampajya viharati. The person who is developing his mind enters refined samadhi. Yavadeva tata hoti. Whatever is present, there is examined. Rupagatam, Vedanagatam, Sanyagatam, Sankharagatam, Vinyanagatam. These five aggregates are completely identified, examined, and looked at as aniccato, dukkhato, rogato, gandato, sallato, parato, palokato, abhadato, like that. Due to which there is chittam pativad peti. Mind turns away from conditioned dhammas. Amataya dhatuva upasamharati. Mind now inclines towards deathless. Then he sings this song, Etam Santam, Etam Panitam, Yadidam, Sabba Sankhara Samato, Sabbupadi, Patinisakko, Tanhakkayo, Virago, Nirodho, Nibbana. And at the end of it, all asavas are destroyed at once. And with that, I end today's topic, because to attain Nibbana to the fullest degree, you should be in third and fourth. Now you're ready. When you do Vipassana, tomorrow morning, you experience deathless. Without you, deathless. So, from this standpoint, every tradition, every religion, every belief system looks childish, looks really fault, filled with filth, filled with lacking knowledge, filled with wisdom not being there. It seems as though some child has been misguided from the very beginning of time. And that child clings on to either the religion or to the tradition or to the custom or to the norms or some stupid thing what it has learned, believing that that's the only true thing and everything is false. And that's the reason you require Buddha to clear this off. Till that time, the samsara is real. But when this is seen, samsarana, turning around, becomes nissarana, no turning around. Now you can ask a question, why this is not a dry intellectual contemplation? Can I not just make it as, oh, everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta, like that, and recite it and leave it? No. Why? At every stage, the asavas get destroyed, and the identity pool keeps on destroying. You don't have to hold on to any identities, any things at all, any identity. Any religion is an identity that is gone. Any tradition is an identity that's gone. Yourself is also an identity which is also gone. So when you don't have any identities, there's no upadana. Without upadana, there is no bhava. Without bhava, there is no jati. Without jati, there is no jara, marana, soka, parideva, dukkha, domanasa, upayasa, sambhavanti. Cannot be possible. So this is a liberation practice as opposed to belief systems. In the world exist only belief system. You just believe that it is true. That's all. Because somebody said so. And if you ask that person, he says somebody said so. And if you ask that person, he says somebody said so. And it is all said and said. Nobody knows what it is. And since then they put it on God, only God knows it. Because it was so and so. That's one extreme. The second extreme is everything is random. Why it happens? It just happened. And third stupid view is karma, where I put everything on karma and keep on doing all nasty things in life. I'm doing bad things because of karma, I'm doing good things of karma, and that means if you are lying is because my karma. The situation came, so I lied. Why are you getting angry? My karma. So and hence I got angry. Or you take I did it, or he didn't do, she didn't do, or something like that. So this upadana, holding on, goes away. So all the worldly practices, so called, of any religion is destroyed once and for all. And that's the reason one has to enter into Jhāna to see what is happening. Without Jhāna, no Vipassana is possible. And that's why Buddha says start with Sila, then Samatha, then Jhana, then Vipassana, then Shunyagara. So the final essence, if you had to take from this, it's nothing to do with crude sensuality or anything as asavas. It's rooted on appropriation of the five aggregates. And you require Buddha to open up this box and show the five aggregates. If we make Buddha Dhamma itself as a religion, it gets spoiled. And if I say myself a Buddhist, I become an idiot of it. Because now I am identified. The moment there's an identification, the upadana comes in. Upadana pachaya bhava. So I want to become a Buddhist. So now I fight with Hindus that I am a Buddhist. And they argue. And now I argue. So then this goes on. And now I say I was earlier Hindu, now I'm a Buddhist. Now that person who doesn't understand will start arguing with me. Why did you convert from Hindu to Buddhist? So I'll give some answers. and he will or she will give some other answers. So the fight continues because of upadana. It's nothing to do with whether you're Buddhist or Hindu or whatever stupid that thing is. Drop it in a dustbin. That's it. Throw it out. It's upadana. Why are you having upadana? Because it's craving to become. You want to become what? Buddhist. Why? You can be in whatever stupid system you're following and relieve yourself from samsara. It's got nothing to do with it because all are stupid systems anyway. Doesn't matter which system is not stupid. So you just stand there like a pole and let the asavas go away. Just because there is a flood, that doesn't mean that you should also get into the deluge, become the pole, a strong pole, which can't be shaken by any floods. So Nibbana is that one which doesn't shake. And that's it. That's all I had to offer today. Any questions? Anything you want to talk? Please remember, religion is also a fermentation. It's a fermented drink. Never drink. It's a poison. Tradition is another poison. Don't drink it. If you drink it more and more, you get poisoned completely. And it's very hard to remove these poisons. They're toxins. They spoil the mind, nothing else. Through all traditions, all kind of norms, this, that, because it's conditioned. It's not because they're bad by nature, they're conditioned. And anything that is conditioned creates either repulsion, that is dvesha, or attraction, which is raga. And the very fact I believe in that religion is moha. So I'm back in raga, dvesha, moha. In whichever way I find, let's say I was following some Hindu rituals and I came into the Buddha. What is that I'm doing? Same ritual in a different way. That's it. I was going to temple, now I go to monastery. I was going to meeting the pandits, now I meet the bhantes. And the priests were doing some puja. Here they give some stupid things. Now these priests were giving one stupid thing, and these bhantes will give another stupid thing. But they are both are stupid things anyway. Now I drive 50 kilometers to meet one bhante. I could have gone to a nearby church or temple who does exactly the same thing. He doesn't do anything different. I could have donated to a Christian community or to a Hindu community. It's the same thing. What different am I making? It's only my change of flavor. From this flavor, let's say this was butterscotch ice cream, and now I've gone to some other flavored ice cream, which is basically nothing. It doesn't make any sense. It should give you or me etam santam, etam panitam, yadidam sabba sankhara samatho, sabbupadi patinisakko, tanhakhayo, virago, nirodho, nibbana. I don't have to be a Buddhist to get this. I don't have to be anyone, then only I get it. It's relinquishment, giving up is what Nibbana is. You give up. I give up. That's it. There's no I. At the very moment, condition is gone. That's the end of suffering. So I gave up sensuality, got into anagami. I had little bit of sensuality, from a gross sensuality to a subtle sensuality, sakadagami. I let go of self view. I became sotapanna. Who became sotapanna? I. Who became sakadagami? I. Who became anagami? I. Who became arhat? No answer. Why? There's no I. What do you mean? I can't say I'm an arhat. How stupid is that? There's no you to become an arhat. It's gone, completely vanquished, deleted. And you can verify. How? Nibbidaya. Did you get nibbida? Yes, disillusionment. Perfect. Viragaya. Did you get the entire raga cleaned up? Color gone? Yes. Nirodhaya. Have you seen the entire Nirodha? Yes, I've seen it. Upasamaya. Isn't it peaceful? When you're out of tradition, religion, customs, norm, language, I name it, it's height of stupidity. And you're dragged everywhere. One person says that is good. One person says this is good. Another thing is good. That thing is good. This thing is good. Man, this is hopeless. Some person says marriage is good. Some person says marriage is not good. Some person says this community marriage is not good. That person says that community marriage is good. These studies are good, that study is good, this money is good, that money is good, this way is good, that way is good. It's just been pulled between raga, dvesha, raga, dvesha, raga, dvesha. I'm tired of this raga, dvesha. Now I give up. So did you give up, Vilas? Yes. So what did you gain? Upasama, total peace. Do you see it for yourself? Yes. Upasamaya, abhinyaya. Saw it for myself. Yathabhuta jnana, as it is, direct viewing. Abhinyaya, sambodhaya. Do you see the Four Noble Truths now? Yes. Did you attain adipanya? Yes. So if you finish adisila, adichitta, adipanya, what should you get, Vilas? No Vilas. And that's the end of suffering. Because Vilas is a conditioned entity. Is there today, gone tomorrow. So if Vilas is dead, where is his wife? I don't know. Where is his son? No idea. He's home. Nothing. Because everything is conditioned. And that's it. Done what has to be done in this life. There's no suffering for myself because the self is gone. Born 6 November 1971, dead 6 November 2025. That's it. There used to be a thing called Journeyman Adventures. They were making movies. So if I could give my thing to Journeyman Adventures, they would do this as adventures of, like adventures of Tintin. They can have adventures of Vilas. Over. Done. So, for Jhanas, out of 15 Charanathammas, for Jhanas, Vipassana, done. And what I read out was from Anguttara Nikaya 9.36 Jhana Sutta. But I explained so much, but that much of explanation is not there. But now that our friend is in chat GPT business and Gemini, he can do it and he can share. I feel very happy of Ariu. He has saved my life. I am telling you, if not for Ariu, I think I would have been in a mess. If not for AI, I would have been in a double mess. I thank. In fact, Chirag wanted to do this some time ago. He wanted to, what is that? He wanted to take my videos and then make it in transcript, etc. Now that AI Studio does it, just give the video, it will give you an entire transcript of whatever has been spoken in whatever language you want. What a great thing. What Chirag wanted to do in 2021, I think so, is now seamlessly done by Google. So that is also taken care. So basically, it has relieved my pain to a greater extent. So if somebody comes to me, I can say, go to Ariu and he will help you with translations, or I can say, go to this chat GPT, this, you give this as a prompt and it'll give you. Don't trouble me. And I feel very happy to be unbiased on even the language, because people believe AI tool more than they could believe me. That's a human nature anyway. So it's fair deal. Okay, any questions? Any comment from anyone? Ariu, Chirag, or Bobby, or anyone? I'm just, because some people on video, I'm just pulling it. Otherwise, fine. Should we end then? If there's nothing, the right to stare at each other. Okay, fine then. Good day and good night and good afternoon. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Bye.